So let's look at the future of work. So we've obviously got a range of people here. So if we can just put in the chat, and Christina will let me know, how many people have you got in your organisation? So just put in the chat, and Christina, if you can just put those up. Oh, sorry, let me know.
Got one person with 4, India.
Yeah.
Julian has 5. Hillary has 550.
Yep, so there's a real range there.
And then Michelle, for contract, has 300.
Yeah, exactly. So in New Zealand, yeah, that sort of average range sort of around sort of a medium-sized businesses, that sort of 2 to 5, 800 sort of range. So I've been in the capability uplift space for a very long time, 30 plus years, reskilling, learning, and I've seen this massive change, right from when e-learning came in 2008, and it feels very similar to now, like what happened in 2008 when it was all classroom training and e-learning came in. This just feels like the same thing on steroids. So, and the other thing that I've seen is that documenting skills has actually, whether it's been in government departments, very large organisations, or even medium, small businesses, skills have never been documented. And I think the reason for that is it's been really difficult to do. But now with AI tools, it's certainly a lot easier to do that. And if we don't do it now, what's going to happen is we're going to waste a whole lot of time and money on things like on jobs and skills that may not be needed in the future. So essentially training the wrong things to the wrong people, or even worse, not training the people or upskilling or reskilling the people and skills that they do need. So there's going to be augmentation. So add to. So my background as a learning designer, there's a whole lot of tools that, if learning designers don't get on board with these tools for creativity and productivity, and if their IT department lets them, but that's a whole nother story. Those people that don't get on board with AI and the new tools are really going to actually be, they'll just be overtaken. It'll be what happened to the classroom trainers back in the early 2000s. So it's really, really important. And people are scared, right? But being scared and future of work and change has actually been happening for hundreds and hundreds of years, and we don't think about it like that. So back in 1589, Queen Elizabeth I basically said, no, we're not having knitting looms because that'll put the fair maidens, they won't be able to earn their daily bread. So she actually said, no patent to that. And actually what happened when the looms came out, there was actually created a whole lot more jobs. You start listening to the themes that we're hearing about the future of work now, and it's not much different. When there was a grain loader that happened, basically some technology that took grain from one side to the other, all the shovelers went on strike and said, we're not working for any company that has these grain people. And my most favourite example is when the steam engine came out. So when steam was invented to power different vehicles, it took about another 200 years to really sort of, the whole industry sort of started cranking up. So you got railways and you got distribution and you got warehouses and you got a whole lot of things. But it was the Red Flag Act. And you can see this man out the front here carrying a red flag. So yes, they might have lost their job basically from the technology that happened with the sort of the tractors, etc., from an agriculture point of view. But all these new jobs got created, which were red flag. So they because a machine couldn't be trusted to actually go by itself on steam. They even had red flag people for cars as well. 1930, an economist, John Keyes, he basically said, look, this is going to be the age of leisure. We're going to be this 15-hour work week. We don't need to work. Like, I'm hearing the same thing now. Elon Musk is saying the same thing now. And even in 2009, this is before, 10 years before COVID, right? This is when Future of Work first came out, and they're going, oh, what if people work from home? Oh, how would that change the structure of work? So we've been talking about this for a very long time, and I've been to a couple of conferences, and certainly straight after COVID, there was a conference in Auckland that I went to, and Future of Work was actually, they were talking about hybrid working, and that's all anyone was talking about. I'm going, that's not the future of work. Like, the future of work is like, how are we going to, what are jobs going to look like? What are skills going to look like? And now with generative AI, what on earth is going to happen with some of these jobs? So having said that, it's not an exact science, right?